So if I had to start dropshipping all over again on a low budget, let's say for example $200 to $500 in 2023, this is the exact strategy that I would use. Now the reason why this is the exact strategy that I would use is because this is a proven strategy that I've been using for over 4.5 years that has generated me multiple 7 figures using a low budget. Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Camille, so I'm known as the ECOM King. I've been doing dropshipping and e-commerce for over 6 years now, and I've achieved way over $10 million in revenue. So what I'm going to be teaching you in today's video is the simplest and the most easiest way to start dropshipping with a low budget in 2023. Now the strategy that I'm going to be teaching you is my brand new influencer marketing strategy for the new year. Now this strategy has just been refined over the last 4 years of me using it, so I'm going to be giving you the most up-to-date way of how I use this strategy. Now for those that are wondering if influencer marketing is still a powerful way to make money with a low budget, I'm going to be showing you all the proof once I get into the video of some of my Shopify dashboards using these exact same strategies. Now the promise that I'm going to be making to you guys that are watching this video is you're going to learn the exact strategy that I use to work out which influencers will work well for my product, what tool that I use to find these influencers, how do I validate the influencers, how do I even outreach to them, what templates I'm using. I'm going to be giving you all of my templates that I use for my own stores when it comes to reaching out to influencers and negotiating on certain systems and pricing structures so it is a profitable way. I'm also going to be showing you how to lay out your website and loads of other important aspects so you can crack the code when it comes to influencer marketing. Now I have created a free Google Doc sheet that's going to contain all of the copy and paste cheat sheet templates, so as soon as we hit 2,500 likes you're going to get access to that. Now that cheat sheet is worth over hundreds of thousands of dollars because it's the exact same templates that I use in multiple 7-figure stores that I've used these strategies in. Now before we crack on into the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I know a lot of people that watch these videos are not subscribed. I don't understand why you're not subscribed, and also leave a comment on what you thought of my teachings today, and make sure you also leave a like because it helps support the video. So guys, before I teach you my brand new influencer marketing strategy and the easiest way to start dropshipping with a low budget in the new year, let me show you all of the proof that this actually works and has worked for me over many years, as I always want to stay accountable and transparent with you guys on this channel. So if we take a look at the Shopify dashboard, you should be able to see it on the screen. You guys can see in the last 90 days, this store's done around about $30,000. It's around about 26,000 euros. So it is roughly around about $30,000. Now this has started to scale down. This is purely influencer based strategies, so that's why you can see a lot of volatility. That's why there's a very high returning customer rate, because it's influencer marketing. Now if we take a look at the last year, for example, you can see this store's done around about $125,000. And remember, because we're working with influencers, the profit margins are around about 40 to 60%. So if you do the math here, you can see that it's a lot of money to be generating through influencer marketing. Now bearing in mind guys that this is only one of our stores that we use for influencer marketing. If I change this over to another store that we use for influencer marketing, you can see I'm doing it live with you. We're going to change the analytics here to the last 90 days. You can see we did around about 16,000 euros. Again, really high returning customer rate. If we change this to last year, you're going to see that we did around about 191,000 euros with the store. Again, a lot of volatility, really good returning customer rate. And again, the profit margins are roughly around about 40 to 45% on this store. Now I can show you another 3 to 4 different stores using this strategy, but I don't want to waste your time. I want to get into the juicy part of this video. I hope you guys appreciate the honesty and the transparency, showing you that this actually works and you can make really good money. So as you guys can see on the computer screen, I'm inside of that free Google Doc sheet that I was talking about in the intro, and as soon as we hit 2,500 likes, you can find it in the pinned comment and in the description below. So as you guys can see, it's on about the easiest way to start dropshipping with around about $200, the influencer marketing strategy. Now before we get into the really fun part of this video, we need to go over some important rules, and if you do not follow these rules, then this strategy will just not work for you. So the first thing is always personalize the email according to the person you're talking to or the DM. Talk to them as if they were real humans, just like I and you. If you talk to them like a robot, or let's say for example just a page, they're not going to respond to you. The third thing is complete your sheet with the store reviews and the price if possible. So whenever you reach out to influencers, the price and the analytics are the 2 most important things. Everything else is irrelevant. And the final rule is if they try and send you these flashy media kits, ignore them and just ask them for what I'm going to tell you to get them to give you. So before I get into the next part of this strategy, I want to go over the product that I'm going to be using as the hypothetical example throughout this video so it completely makes sense. So my product of choice is these winter thermal tights product. Now the reason why I've chosen this product is because it's got lots of orders, really good reviews based on the amount of reviews there is, over 5,000 reviews, and it's got multiple options and I can make good profit margins on this product. Now the other reason why I've chosen this product is because it's a great product for influencer marketing. The fashion world on Instagram and TikTok is huge, so it fits into that category, and it's got that style that influencers can promote really easily. Now, just to quickly show you how I did find that specific product today, because I found it in a few minutes and I think it is a solid product for this strategy. I used a winning product research tool called Peakster.com, by far the best product research tool in the industry, as it is mine, and I have put a lot of effort and money into it. Now, what I did when I came to Peakster is I went to the winners section here. Now, the winners section is basically products that have been validated by me and my team based on certain results, so we know that these products are making money at the moment. So if we scroll down here, you're going to be able to see that the product does pop up somewhere around here, and you're going to see there it is, fleece line tights, and that's how I found the product. Now, once I found the product on the winners section, I wanted to quickly validate it. So I went to Product Explorer, and Product Explorer is like a directory for loads of different dropshipping products, and it gives you really good analytics on them. I found loads of other similar products to the one that I want to sell, and I even found the same ones on here, and they're generating thousands of dollars a day. Now, a few good rules of thumb is when you pick a product to sell for your influencer store, you need to come up with a product or a line of products that are going to be easy for the influencer in mind that is going to be able to promote it. So you need to think as an influencer when you're picking your products, because that's how they're going to reveal their product to their audience. So you need to pick a product and think, okay, if I was an influencer, is this going to be a product that's going to be easily promotable on my social media platform? And is the product going to fit really nicely and organically into my feeds? Because if it doesn't, then it's going to be what we call a hard sell, and hard sells do not work with influencers. It needs to come across very soft. So what do we need from the influencers? What we are looking for is story and reel views. So those are the two types of content that we want to collaborate on, stories and reels, as they're the best performing content on Instagram, indicated with the eye icon. So when they send you all of this information across, they should be doing it based on the eye icon of their Instagram. Now, when influencers send you across the analytics, I've had it in the past where influencers send me the wrong analytics, or they Photoshop their analytics. So you need to really be careful and ask them for a video phone preview where they're actually recording the screen and refreshing, because sometimes they will Photoshop their photos. Now, story views of a single story, you can ask for story views of yesterday. See the photo number 1 with the story views. So I've given you some examples here of what it looks like. So you can see here the number of views, and it also shows you the reactions, and it also shows you the demographics of people. Now, demographics, male, female ratio, location, no problem if they are the past 30 days. See the photo number 2 with the round graph. So this is the photo that I'm identifying. Now, the reason why it's important to work out the gender and the location is because, let's say, for example, my product is a product that women would buy. But let's say, for example, that I would work with a woman influencer that I found, but all her following are just men. That means that I'm trying to work with an influencer that's a female, but her audience is a male, which isn't what I'm looking for. I want to work with women that are influencers that also have other women that are following them, because they're my ideal customer. And the other thing is, if you want to sell your product to the US, UK, or the main countries, and their audience are from not those countries, that's also a red flag. Now, with all that being said, we need to start finding some influencers to start reaching out to. Now, this is one of the most important parts of the strategy, which is the tool that you need to use to find potential influencers. This will be the make or break for your strategy. Now, the tool that I've been using now for a while is called Modash. They have got by far the best algorithms and systems in place to find influencers based on filters. So make sure you check them out, linked in the description below. And I do recommend using Modash. You can use any alternative one if you really want to, but when you start seeing some of the filters that you can use here, it's pretty hard to compare anything else to it. Now, they do offer a free trial, but I would recommend that you use this tool over the free trial period because it's going to take time. Influencer marketing isn't a quick thing. It does take time of research and going over a lot of different numbers because influencer marketing is a numbers game. So with all of that said, let me show you guys exactly how I'm going to use Modash to find my influencers. So you can see here, you want to come to the discovery section and you want to filter it by Instagram. Now we are going to use Instagram and TikTok for this strategy, but I'm going to start with Instagram. Now influencer location, you want to set them to the locations that you want to sell to. Now I want to sell to the US, United Kingdom and Canada. So technically I would like my influencer to be in that country. Now let's say you want to sell the product to the French market or the German market, you can just change this. Now followers, I have 10,000 to 1 million. And then the only other filters that I change are here where it says bio. Now this basically means what filter we putting in here that we expect to have in the influencer's bio. Now I've put collaborations or DM me for proposals or whatever. Now the reason why I'm using that as the bio is because as soon as we put that in the filter, it's only going to show us influencers that are interested in collaborations. You do not want to be approaching influencers that look good, but they don't want to collaborate with you because they're not interested. So we want to try and save time by only looking for influencers that know that they want to collaborate with brands or businesses. So by doing that, you've saved loads of time. The next thing that we're going to do is keywords. Now, because my product is a fashion product, my other competitors are going to be like Boohoo, Pretty Little Thing. Now, if you don't know what your competitors are, go on Google, research them. Now, most people that understand fashion or buy things in fashion know these competitors like Boohoo, Pretty Little Thing, Fashion Nova. So those are the keywords that I want to find within my influencer's profile, because if they work with Boohoo or if they promoted Boohoo in the past, then my product's going to fit perfectly in that timeline. Now, the next thing is the audience filter. So this was the influencer filters. Now we want the audience filters. So one, we want the gender to be female because that is the customer that I want to sell to. If your gender is both, then just set it to both. And then that is the only thing that I have turned on. Now, if you wanted to, you can add languages and interests, but this is the actual setup that I use when I use Modash. And then the next thing that you want to do before you start looking through the list is sort it by engagement. Now, the reason why you want to sort this out by engagement is because you want to work with influencers that have high engagement, because that's going to help when it comes to them buying your product. So you can see here, I've filtered it by engagement. So once I've filtered it all down, you can see a list of influencers popping up, and the first one is called Emma. So once I click on that link, it's going to show me her Instagram. And once we get to their Instagram accounts, this is where we have to be detectives and really digest all the information, because if you do this wrong, you're going to lose money or you're not going to make enough money. Now, the first thing that we're looking at is the bio. Emma, fashion and styling inspo content creator. This sounds good for us. The next thing is collaborations, and then it gives me her email address. So if she fits my criteria, it's going to be really easy for me to get contact of her, and she's probably going to agree to my terms because she's out passively looking for collaborations. And the reason why I've been able to find such a solid account so easily is because of the filters in Modash. By me putting these things inside of the keywords and bio, it's going to show me these really good influencers. Now, they've passed the first criteria. The second thing now is we're going to want to look at the reels. So we can see here, post reels tagged. Select reels. And now we're going to start to see the reels that she uploads and the amount of views that she's getting. So you can see here, she's posting the ideal type of reels that I'm looking at, because she's uploading videos where she's styling and showing the type of outfits that she's wearing so she can inspire her audience. So she's uploading these because people that follow her are probably following her because they want to get styling ideas. They want to get outfit ideas. So this is a perfect criteria for our product. Now, the next thing that we need to digest is the average view count that she's getting on her reel. So 159,000, 56,000, 70,000. So roughly she's getting a very solid amount of views on her reels. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go onto the Instagram reels that have got the most views, like this one here, and you're going to want to read the comments. And now the comments that I'm looking for in particular is, where did you buy this from? What size did you get it in? Because that means that there are people that are following her, that follow her for the reasons that I'm thinking, which is styling ideas. So you can see here, what size did you get it in? People are saying that, what is this brand? Where did you get it from? This fits you so well, etc. So these comments are aligning with what I'm looking for. What is the name of the skirt? So people are following her because they want to get inspiration, and I've just confirmed it by reading the comments. Now, once you've found one influencer, you don't just stop there, guys. You need to find roughly around about 20 to 100 influencers, because this is a numbers game. Remember, not every single one of them that are valid are going to agree to the terms that you give them. You're looking to pay the minimum but expect the maximum when it works with influencers. That is what you're looking for. So by doing that, you need to go through the list again and go through all of these accounts that are coming up. Now, once you've done that, I might want to change this keyword from boohoo to pretty little thing to then fashion nova. And that way, I'm going to go and find the amount of influencers that I need to outreach to. Now, once you've got a list of 30 to 100 influencers, that's when you can move on to the next step. Now, once you've found your influencers, you're going to want to save the ones that are valid. So because Emma is a valid influencer for me, I've clicked the save button. And the reason why is because if you go to list and contacts, you can then look at their analytics. Now, you want to go to list and contact details, click all creators list, and all of the influencers that you found that are valid for this strategy, you're going to want to add them here. And once you've added them here, if you just click, you're going to see that it gives you all of the analytics and the full reports. So you can see here, it's going to give me some really important analytics to help me come up with what a fair value is for the influencer. So you can see here the average likes is 4.4 thousand, the followers is 76,000, the engagement rate is 4.3, which is just over the average industry value. Now, by looking at a popular post, you can see one of them is her wearing some form of leggings or other fashionable clothing, which is a really good sign for me because it's correlating to what I'm going to potentially want her to promote on her Instagram. Now, if we scroll down, it's going to show me the followers this month, and it's important that you work with influencers that are trending over a monthly period. You do not want to see their audience drop. So you can see here it's inclining, which is a good thing. You don't want to see it declining. Her following is pretty stable. Her engagement rate per post is also important. So it's important that you look at this. Now, again, you do not want to see massive declines over the monthly period. Now, influencers are just as good as they are the previous day. So when it comes to influencers, it's sad but true. They're only as good as what they were on their previous day or their previous month. So if they're downtrending, then it's sad to say it, but it's not worth the money because it seems like their trend or their popularity is starting to die out. Now, you can see here it says brand affinity. Now, this is very powerful to listen to because this shows you brands that her audience also interacts with. So you can see here Boohoo, H&M, Adidas, these are other fashionable brands. So that means that her audience are very correlated to the product that I'm going to be selling. Now you can see interest, what interest they're interested in, but this is more important. Then it shows you here the audience credibility is 63%. Anything under 40% is not good for us. The next important part is the location. The UK, United States, and Canada, the three countries that I'm only interested in, are on her list, which is important because if they don't match, then it's not what we want to work with. Now, gender split is the next, if not the most important part. So 25% are male, which is fine. 74% are female. Now, you do not want it to be the other way. You don't want it to be inverted. So 75% male, 24% female. Because this shows it's that way, this is valid, which means that we can keep her on the list to reach out to. We don't want to just reach out to influencers without reading this report because we could waste time and they could tell us that, oh, our main followers are males, not females. So it's important that you do this before you reach out to save your own time and to save their time. Now, everything here looks pretty good to me. There's no red flags based on what I've shown you. So we can now officially reach out to this influencer. Now, before I teach you guys the outreach templates, you need to understand the mathematicals before reaching out to them. Because if you don't understand the maths equations before, when you reach out to them, they're going to tell you numbers, you're going to probably agree to them, and you're going to lose money. So how to work out the numbers for your profits with influencers so you reduce the risk. For example, let's say I'm selling those tights, those thermal tights for $29.99. It cost me $4 to buy them and ship them. That means my profit margin is $24.99. So if I pay one influencer $100 for a promo, this means the math is 100 divided by $24.99, which equals 4. So that means that that influencer needs to get me 4 paying customers for me to even break even on my promotion. So if the influencer needs to bring in at least 4 customers for me to break even, that means that most influencers have around about a 4 to 8% CTR, which is click-through rate. Now, when I say click-through rate, I mean click-through rate with purchase. So that means that 4 to 8% of those viewers are going to click through and then buy the product. So if our influencer is getting an average of 20,000 views on their reels or their stories, 3%, which is the lower end, would be 0.8. If they do 5 videos over 1 to 2 weeks, that means 0.8 times 5 equals 4. So that means that I would break even if the influencer met the minimum targets that I've just written there. Now, the influencer that I just showed you, she's getting around about 50 to 70,000 views on average. So if I redo that calculation, I would definitely be in a profit if I'm going off the maths equation that I'm giving you. Now, this maths equation that I'm giving you is through the studying and the history of me working with influencers. So please, guys, before you reach out to influencers, please do the math equation here and work out your maths equations, because that's going to help you understand how much you should be paying to reduce the risk. So let's move on to the first outreach template. Now, this is going to be an email template, and it's also going to be used for DMing. So when you target these influencers, when it comes to contact them, you want to reach out on their DM, and you also want to reach out to the email listed in their bio. Now, once you've done this, remember the DM version that you're sending them is the shortened version of this. This is the email version that I'm showing you here, but what you want to do is you want to shorten this and make it into a DM. You do not want to be sending a long paragraph like this in the DMs. It will just get aired and you will not get a response. So it says here, paid partnership is the subject, your brand name. So whatever your brand name is here, you put it here. For attention of, and then the influencer's name. Hello, let me introduce myself. I am Emma. Now, ironically, the influencer that I'm targeting is called Emma too. Now, I've just used Emma because I like to act as a woman, because if you're working with other women, they like to speak to women. So it makes it easier to get a reply and they feel more comfortable or confident. Now, you can do it however you want. You can put your real name here. You can do whatever you want. In charge of marketing your brand name. So you're saying that you're in charge of the marketing for the brand. I take a liberty of contacting you today because of your profile has caught our attention. Indeed, we believe that it corresponds totally to values and principles that we stand for. We offer a for sale of the magic comfy wear fleece lined tights. The fleece layer is inside. Now, I basically go over what the product is and what it does. And you can see here, I'll go over the super stretchy. It's the best alternative for women to stay warm in the winter. So I'll go over what the product is and the benefits so they understand what I'm trying to get them to promote. Now, it's important that you write a short paragraph like I have here, just because it helps the influencer understand what you're trying to get them to promote. Now, this partnership and I will send the product up Steam if the partnership suits you. So you're telling them that if the partnership is to go ahead, you will send the product in advance so they can promote it and they can keep it. And we say here, we would like to work with you on Instagram stories, in the swipe up and reels. So you're letting them know what kind of work you want to do with them so they're aware of it. And then you're going to say, here is our website. Now, of course, I don't have a website, but I am going to show you a website in a minute because it's important that you build your website like the one that I'm going to show you. Waiting for an answer from you regarding the partnership and prices, if possible. Best regards, Emma. So you're signing off. Now, let's talk about the website design that you need to use for this strategy to work the best possible. So here is a dropshipping website selling the product that I want to promote. Now, this isn't my website, but it is a very well-designed website for influencer marketing. Now, I'm not going to teach you in this video how to create a website. I've got loads of other videos teaching you how to make a website just like this one. I'm just showing it in this video for the purpose that you understand how you should lay it out, what kind of style you should put, and what kind of text you should put inside of the website. So I will leave a link in the description and in the cheat sheet to the website video creation that I teach you on how to create these websites. So you can see here, it's basically a niche store called Comfy Wear, free shipping and easy returns, 12,000 happy babes. So they're talking as if they were to talk to other female. So when females come to this website, they're going to feel like they're buying from a female, so they feel more relaxed. So you can see here, extra 10% off when you use code so forth. So you always want to use coupon codes. And it says here, women's fleeced lined tights. Get a sexy sheer look while staying warm and cozy in your favorite skirts and dresses. Again, they're talking to the viewer of this website as if they are also a woman and they understand a woman's needs. And you can see here, guaranteed to keep your legs warm, sheer classic tights, stretchy, high stretch waistband, and they're selling them for around about $29.99. And then they've got the size chart. Now, size charts are incredibly important when it comes to fashion products. And they've also got here the size charts for people that have got a low size, also a high size. That way they're not alienating any audiences. So make sure that if you're going to use imagery, you're able to cater for all types of people, because if you start alienating people, that's when your influencer marketing strategy will just not work. Now, if we look at the type of imagery they've used on the website, it's imagery that looks like it's styling imagery. So what should you wear with this product? How does this product look when you were to wear it? So it gives people the idea, okay, if I was to buy this product, this is the kind of expectation that I can get. Then they've got a video here showing what it looks like. They've also got the inside and outside. They've got a nice little offer here to increase average order value. Then they've got the drop down menus of what the fleece types are, the material, the size chart, the care instructions, the free returns. They've got the free delivery plus returns. They've got the 30-day risk. Now, these 30-day risk trials work really, really well with influencer marketing, because the influencers want their audience to be able to feel like they're protected if they're not happy. Then they've got some features here going over why these are really powerful. And then they show some more images, why you'll love them. Again, these are really important things to talk about to kind of enhance people's thoughts on buying them. Again, another video of the product talking about happy customers. Again, look at the type of customers they're talking about. People that are wearing them in different scenarios, showing them off in different scenarios, giving testimonials on why they are happy with it. And these testimonials are not the same, they are different. That way they're going to cater to different people that are viewing the website. Then they're going over what makes them better than other companies on the market, because the truth is people that come to this website might think, oh, I've heard of these before, so what makes these better than the other brands that are selling them? This is a very important thing to have on your website, especially if you're doing influencer marketing. And they go over the 30-day risk trial again, and then they've got their frequently asked questions, which is really important. And then they've got their review showing loads of different women wearing them, styling them. That way it's going to give other women confidence to buy them, and they can understand how to style them as well. So this website has been designed for influencer type of marketing, because when influencers promote the product, they're going to see this and they're going to feel like this matches their audience. Also, if the influencer looks at your website and it looks like a dropshipping website, or it looks like a website that isn't built very well, it isn't designed to help educate the audience, they're not even going to reply. So if your website isn't similar to this, you're probably not going to get a response. It's like turning up to a job with a really bad CV. You're probably not going to get the job. So look at your website as your CV when it comes to influencer marketing. Now, before I move on to the next part of this strategy, there is an app that I need to tell you about that I haven't covered in my website build video. And this app is really important for influencer marketing. And this is why we get really high customer retention and average order value. Now, the app is called Bond Loyalty Rewards Referrals. Now, what the app is, it's converting one-time buyers into loyal customers with exclusive points and VIP perks. Now, when you're using influencer marketing, the type of people that will buy from your website are inclined to these types of perks and rewards. So you can see here, you can refer a friend, happy birthday rewards, complete a purchase, follow on Twitter, so they can earn rewards, and they've got loyalty programs. Now, we use this on every single store that we use influencer marketing on, because it keeps people on your website. Now, like I said to you before, if you work out the maths equation to make profit with your influencer, they might not be profitable after they buy from your store twice. So let's say you refer 4 people from an influencer, you break even. Now, if you've got really good retention marketing strategies on your website like this one here, then you're going to be able to convert those customers that bought from you once, maybe twice, 3rd time. So then you become profitable over the next bunch of sales that you have with them. Now, this is going to help increase that factor. Now, you can see here, this shows you some other examples of how it works. By liking on Facebook, you get 100 points. And let's say it takes 5,000 points to get 10% off, or to get 50% off. That encourages people to help with your brand overall. And you can see here, amount discounted 100 points, percentage discounts 50%. So you can see here how this strategy works. You've got languages, you've got the widgets showing you how this also works. Now, they do have a free plan for this app, which I think 90% of you only need. Now, some of you might need to go for the light version if you start to scale, but most of you will either be between the free version and the $15 version. But this is very important if you're looking to do influencer marketing long term and to make lots of money from it, then this is an app that you cannot sleep on when it comes to building your website. Now we've gone over the first outreach template, I want to go over the posting plan for the influencer. So before I move on to the next outreach template, you need to understand the type of ideas you've got for working with these influencers in terms of the type of content you're looking for them to promote. So they need to do at least 1 to 2 weeks of promo posting. Now within those 1 to 2 weeks, they need to post 1 to 3 times times a week for their audience to trust the product. Now, if they do a one-time promo, they're going to think, well, was this a paid sponsor? Was it a valid sponsor? So if they're promoting it over a long period of time, it will naturally build trust. Now, this should be a mixture of stories and reels. So these 1 to 2, 3 times a week, one could be a story, 2 could be a reel. So you want to mix and match, because different types of audiences will watch her stories. Some will watch her reels. Some might not watch one or the other. Then you can see the best types of videos are unboxing, honest reviews, or using the product. So if we go back over to Emma's Instagram, we're going to want to check out her reels. Now, we're going to want to look at the type of reels that she's doing. She's doing unboxing and try on haul videos. So she's trying the product on. So what we could do is we could say, well, we want her to work with us for 2 weeks. 2 videos a week could be her wearing the product with 2 different types of outfits. How to style these leggings or these thermal tights with different types of outfits. So that could be an idea that we could get her to use. Now, what we can also do to understand the type of stories that do well is by looking at her highlights. Now, this is very important. The influencers that you work with should have some form of Instagram highlights like this. So these are previous stories that they've added as highlights. So for example, you can see here Paris, shoes, laser hair, cam and fam, home. Now, if we look at the shoes story highlight, these are probably going to be her most popular Instagram stories that she's converted into a highlight. So if I click on it, you're going to see that it's showing me the video. So she uploaded this 87 weeks ago and she put shop or drop. So you can see the type of videos she's creating. So we can scroll through these different videos and have a look at the types of ones that she's done. And you can see when she last created them. So we can go through all of these and get a kind of an idea of the type of stories that she uploads to her Instagram. And then that way we can conduct business in terms of how we want her to post. So this video here or this photo here, we could get her to post a similar photo, but with our, for example, our product. So that moves us on to the next outreach template. So this is the second email version 1, asking for their stories and reel stats and their pricing list. So hi, thank you very much for your reactivity and your answer. We are very interested in working with you. We are interested in working with you on an Instagram story and reels format. Generally, we work on a 5 stories plus swipe up basis as part of the promotion. Our objective is really to develop a bond and trust with the influencers we work for, and we work over the long term. Concerning our brand, we are a UK brand. So if you're a US brand, you can put US, established on the UK market for 1 year now. We want to work with an authentic industry leading influencer and in the UK. So you basically are telling them that you're a UK brand and you only want to work with UK influencers. Now, again, depending on what strategy you're going for, you can change it to the US, Canada, whatever. Or the US, who shares the same values as us. Our fleece tights keep the fellow ladies fashionable and warm. We are currently working to accelerate our UK development with influencers. We have served more than 1,000 delighted customers in the UK in order to develop our brand internationally. Let's say, for example, they send you their price list, but they don't send you their audience or analytics. You want to then send them this. In order to be able to validate your price list, our sales team need to view of the recent stories and reels that you have made, which will allow our sales team to make sales projections, an essential element in our company to validate our collaborations. Can you provide this for us? Now, if they do not provide it, then that means that they are not confident in their own analytics and their own viewership. So what you're asking for is a screenshot of their story views for one story as shown in the attached demographics. So basically this is what I'm talking about. And then you can see here demographics of the audiences, location, gender, male, female ratio, your list for 5 reels with a link, your price for 5 stories plus swipe up. Thank you in advance. Please take care to send us the story views, not the reach, not the prints or the cover. So again, to clarify, you're not interested in these things, you're only interested in the story views. These are very different to this. Moreover, do you usually offer promotions on TikTok or YouTube? If so, please send us your story views as well. So this is where you're combining social platforms together. Now, this is a really powerful part of the outreach because now you're asking to go cross platforms on the promotion, and they might say, look, for an extra $50, we can put you on our TikTok as well. Bam, there you go. You've now increased your visibility. Now, if we go back over to the influencer marketing, you can see that Modash has found her TikTok. So if we go over to her TikTok, let's see how popular she is. So she is only getting a couple of 100 views per TikTok. So this isn't very impressive. So if she's able to throw in a free TikTok as well, it might be worth it. I don't think it's worth paying any extra money. If she was getting, let's say 300 to let's say 30,000 to 300,000 views of TikTok, then it might be worth paying a little bit of an extra bit of money to ask her to promote us on TikTok as well. Thank you for understanding. Waiting for an answer from you. Best regards, Emma. Of course, signing off as Emma. Now, for those that are wondering, how do you come up with a fair value in terms of what to pay these influencers? There's a few strategies that you can use. So the first one that I like to use is I like to say to them, well, look, what other brands have you worked with? Can you prove to me the type of money they've sent you in the past? Whether it be invoices, whether it be chat proof. That way we can provide valid information that if they're trying to charge us $100 per that promo style, then they're worth the $100. Because if a big brand's worked with them, that means that they're likely worth the value that they're telling you they're worth. Now remember, we're not trying to get a one-off Instagram promotion from them. We're looking to get a 1 to 2 week promotion from them with droplets throughout the week. So 2 weeks, 3 videos a week. That way it's 6 videos over 2 weeks. Now, normally going for that strategy, you are going to see a better result, but you will have to pay a slight premium. Now, for example, you might be paying between $100 and $300 for one influencer. Or if you work with some micro influencers, because I believe this influencer's only got 78,000 followers, you can probably get away with working with smaller accounts and paying them only $25 to $50. So some strategies are better where you work with smaller accounts with high engagement, and they're the ones that are really good for beginners on a small budget, where you're working with macro influencers that have got between 20 and 30,000 followers, but they've got like 12 to 20% engagement rate. Those can be hidden gem accounts that can get you really good returns on your promotions. A few other things that you can do to work out their true value is asking them for their affiliate dashboard commission. So let's say they work for a brand for commission or an affiliate commission. You want them to provide you the proof of their affiliate dashboard. Let's say they've worked for a brand. That brand paid them, let's say $300, but their affiliate commission shows that they've made $600. That obviously shows you that they've made money for that brand because they've made an additional $600 as an affiliate commission. Now, the affiliate commission style of way of working out their value is probably the best one in my opinion, because it's showing you real life data of proven results from the past. The only thing that I would say about the affiliate dashboard type of ways of working out their value is slowly over time, their conversion rate will drop. So let's say, for example, they've worked with one brand before and that was the first ever brand they worked with. It's more likely they're going to generate the most income for them because their audience isn't used to them promoting companies. Let's say this influencer's promoted 60 companies in the last year. That means that it's going to slowly come down. So you have to take all of these factors into consideration. So guys, this is the follow-up message to the original first message if you feel that their prices are too expensive in the first response that they sent you. So you can see here, this is the version 2. Hello, thank you very much for your recent activity and your answers. We are very interested in working with you. Now, this is the exact same as the previous one, and this is also the exact same. The only difference is here. We'd like to plan a first promotion to evaluate if the brand suits your audience, followed by 2 other dates in the near future. In this regard to considering a long-term opportunity, we are proposing, could you please reconsider your offer? So this is the only difference in the follow-up email. You're basically saying to them that we don't know if you're worth that price, so are we able to do a shorter opportunity or a cheaper opportunity till you can prove to us that you're worth the value that you're telling us. Now, if you want to, guys, you can restructure this to however you want. You can say to them, well, look, I'll pay you 50% now and 50% later. So this is another good strategy that you can use. So let's say the influencer wants $300. You can say to them, look, I'll pay you $150 up front, and as soon as you've made a break even, I'll pay you the rest. That's another good strategy that you could replace instead of this one. There's different ways of doing it because different influencers will react differently to the type of style that you counter offer them with. So it's worth trying every counter offer to see which one grabs their attention. Let's say they reject this one. They might be happy with the 50% now, 50% as soon as you prove to us that you can break it even. Now, the next email that I want to go over with you guys is if you send the first email to them and then they first reply off by saying, are you a dropshipping store? This is what you need to say. Thank Thank you very much for your recent activity. Again, the same as the previous ones. Again, it's the same thing here as well. And then this is where things start to change. So in answer to your question, we have our own warehouses in the Asia market at the moment, and we are currently working on developing a warehouse in the EU and the USA. But we first need to make sure that the market we are trying to integrate with, the USA and the UK, is the right one for our company. However, our customers like us for the trust that we've built in our short shipping times and reliable tracking, which we are extremely genuine. Our customer support is made up of English responders and customer questions. So as you guys can see, the only difference in this email are these two paragraphs, and you're just basically explaining you are a dropshipping store, but you are a very good dropshipping store. That way they can feel very comfortable and calm working with you. Now, let's say you've got influencers that you've paid and they are now scheduled to start posting the product because they've agreed to your terms. I would highly recommend that you only pay through PayPal goods and services or through a credit card. So if they do you dirty, you can get that money back, because trust me, I've worked with some big influencers in the past that you wouldn't think would do you dirty, but they still do. So make sure you pay where you're secure and you're safe. No matter how big the influencer is, they can still do you over. So please make sure you pay correctly when paying them. Now, the next thing we're going to do is agreeing the partnership. So let's say they've agreed to your terms, you've paid them, etc. Thank you very much for your activity. This will be perfect to do for us. We will send you the fleece line titles. You're telling them that you're going to send them the product. Next week, we'd like to promote either what day works best for you based on the time and the data. So you're basically saying to them what day next week after they get the product, or 2 weeks after they get the product, what times and dates works best for them in terms of getting the best results. Now, you don't want them to promote it on a Monday if that's their worst day. You want them to promote it on a Sunday if that's their best day. And again, you want them to promote it at 6 p.m. if that's their best time, not 6 a.m. if that's their worst time. So you really need to figure this out by asking them. When it comes to the type of content that the influencer is going to make once they receive the product, you want to leave them with pretty much full control. They know their audience better than you do. They know what works when it comes to promoting brands to get a profit for them. So you need to kind of leave them to do what they need to do. You want to make sure that you give them a unique coupon code. That way you can track their sales by the coupon code through Shopify, so you can see how much money they've made you or how many visitors they've given you. So you need to make sure you do all of those things. But you just want to make sure that they stick to that content calendar. They don't miss the dates that they've said they're going to do. And you want to make sure you see the results. Now, let's say the first time they promote the product, it's really bad. Let's say the first day they do it, the results are really bad. You want to message them and say, look, the results weren't great. What can we do on the next few days to make this better? Because if the first day isn't great, you can give them kind of a hit and a miss because it's the first day, but you need to really tell them and let them know so they can help readjust it for the following dates. And let's say you've worked with the influencer over the 1 to 2 weeks, you've paid them, they've promoted the product, and you really haven't got anything great from it. Then you can message the influencer after and say, look, this campaign that we've worked on together hasn't really been best for the brand. We've not really made that much money. We've actually made a loss. Are you able to keep promoting the product in the next few weeks for completely free to help us make a return on our investment? A lot of influencers will say, yeah, sure, I'll completely do that. I understand. Some might say no, but most times that are not. As long as you ask them and tell them, they're more likely to carry on promoting the product if the performance was bad. So before I show you guys how you can adapt that same strategy with TikTok, I want to go over a very important topic. Now, I always get asked, can you do passive income with dropshipping or e-commerce? And there is a solution to generating passive income with dropshipping and e-commerce as soon as you start seeing success. So as you guys can see on my computer screen, I'm on a website and I'm with a company called Open Store. Now, Open Store has just launched a new product which I think is industry changing, and it's called Open Store Drive. Now, how Open Store Drive works is it's how you can convert your Shopify store into passive income. So what you need to do is you need to add your email here and your Shopify store. Now, you can only do this if you're generating at least $500,000 a year in revenue, and most of your audience are coming from the US. Now, some people might be watching this thinking that's hard to achieve, but as soon as you actually get a solid structure in place, you can see these numbers fairly quickly. Now, if we take a look at Open Store Drive, you can take time back. Instead of you doing the business, they take the business on for you. You still own 100% of the company, but instead of you running it for 12 months, they run it for 12 months and you get paid no matter what. So they take on 100% of the risk. So as you guys can see here, it says reclaim your peace of mind, apply in minutes, get a customized proposal, see all 12 months of your passive income in one day, lock in your passive income, maintain visibility into your own store. So if you apply for one store drive and your application is successful, this is what it will look like as soon as you get an offer. So you can see here, it says get ready to relax. Here's your guaranteed annual income for Sandy's Candies, which is a store. We're going to guarantee $160,000 in 12 months guaranteed, minus 10% management fee. So you can see here, you can accept and continue, or you can choose to keep running your store yourself. And remember, you still own 100% of your store. They just take a 10% management fee. And you can see here the 12 payments that you're going to receive in passive income. $5,000, $5,000, $20,000, $13,000. So you can see here all of your passive income payments that are guaranteed to get put into your bank account. Then they go over what gets put into your proposal and the costs and profit involved, so you understand how the numbers work. Then they go over the recent performance and metrics, and then they go here over what happens next if you accept the offer. If you're watching this video today and you have an e-commerce store that's qualifying for this type of product or is close to qualifying, then I definitely recommend you keep this on your mind. Or if you know somebody that owns a very successful e-commerce store, then I would definitely let them know about something like this. As somebody that owns multiple seven-figure stores, something like this is very handy for people like me that need to reduce their time on their business but still remain that passive income. Or if you're somebody that hasn't seen success yet and you want to work towards something like this, it's really important to know companies out there like this that offer a product that you can generate passive income with. Now let's move back onto the TikTok method of this influencer marketing strategy. So you can see here, I'm back in Modash. I've changed it to TikTok, and you can see here influencers location. I've changed it to United States, United Kingdom, followers 5,000 to 1 million, and then gender female, as my product is designed for the female market. Bio, collaborations, keywords, fashion. So I've done stuff a little bit different here. So instead of doing boohoo or fashion nova as such a niched audience keyword, I've done it to more fashion. As TikTok is a new platform, you do need to be a little bit more broad with the keywords. Audience filters, I haven't done anything on here. And then you guys can see I have found the influencers and I've sorted it by engagement. Now, it's populated another list for me to go through, and I've gone through all of these influencers, and the one that really picked my attention was this one here called Ghiorghiu. And if we take a look at her TikTok, you can see she's posting UGC and POV types of fashion and lifestyle videos that will fit perfect for my product. So a lot of them are try on hauls, a lot of them are outfit videos, and a lot of them are just general fashion lifestyle videos. And you can see she's getting between 100,000 views and 500,000 views. So this is really what we're looking for. And you can see here that she is open to do collaborations, and she's even providing you with her email. Now, as she fits my criteria, it's the same thing with the Instagram strategy. I'm going to save her. So you can see here, I've clicked saved, and then I've gone back to my list and contacts. I've added her here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the name, and then I'm going to view the full report again. So again, this is a full report, but this is showing me a report based on a TikTok analytics. So you want to go through all of these again, and you want to use the same metrics as the Instagram ones in terms of audience, in terms of locations. All of that applies again on this full report. Now, when it comes to the content strategy for TikTok, you want them to post 5 videos per week for around about 1 to 2 weeks. And you want it to be every day of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, if they tell you that Sunday and Saturday works better, then you want to alternate them about. So as you guys can see here on her TikTok page, for example, this video, this video, this video, this video, and this video would be my video of her wearing my leggings or my fur tights or whatever you want to call the product. And then, for example, the week after, it's going to be again my product. Now, it might be worth mixing and matching in between. So this video here could be my product, then a normal video of hers, then my product again, normal video, and then my product again. That way, it's not going to come across too spammy. What I'm trying to say is you can't have one video posted in 1 week and then another one in 2 weeks. It needs to be all in the same week, and they can alternate them. So if they're posting 5 videos a day, at least one of those 5 should be your promo. So guys, that was my brand new influencer marketing strategy for 2023. Now, there is another strategy that I haven't spoken about in this video, and that's my Twitter strategy. Now, I will leave a link to that video in the description and in the pinned comment, because I literally only made that video maybe 2 months ago, and it's completely valid till today. I don't want to repeat it in this video, so I will leave it in the cheat sheet and in the description. So if you want to learn my Twitter influencer marketing strategy as well, you can find that video in the description and in the cheat sheet. Now, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned a lot, and I hope you see success from these strategies. And remember, it's a numbers game, and you really have to push hard when it comes to influencer marketing. Now, don't forget to get this video to 2,500 likes so you can get that cheat sheet. And I hope you guys see success, and I'll catch you on the next video.